Hello there. I just want to take this moment right here to introduce y'all to one of my newest favorite oracle decks. It is called the Southern Gothic Oracle. Now, I found this deck in a store. I cannot remember the name of the store, but it's a store in New Orleans that is like a botanica, right? They got all the botanica stuff and all the hoodoo stuff and all of that type of stuff, plus oracle decks, a whole bunch of other stuff. Can't remember the name of the store. Sorry. Now, anyway, I saw this deck and I got to kind of like touch it, feel it, and go through it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I want this deck. However, that was what do they call it? The deck that you get to kind of like play around with and look at the display deck. Yeah. The one I got to look at was the display deck, and the owner said that she was out of stock and she did not want to sell me the display deck because I did ask. But it's probably for the best. And the reason I say that is because this deck actually comes in a set called the Southern Gothic Trilogy. And when I saw that, I knew I had to have it. I knew I had to have it, and everything happens for a reason. And the reason that I wasn't not able to buy that deck that day is because the universe knew I was going to get the whole set. And actually somebody bought it for me for my 40th birthday this year. Poof. And y'all know how I know when somebody really loves me, they buy me an oracle deck. They buy me a tarot deck, they buy me an oracle deck. Yeah, they love me. They love me so much that they know me so well. Cause, I think that's a part of loving somebody. To know the things they like, to know the things they love, and then to take that a step further and give those things to them. Okay. So this is the book that comes in the deck. And I'm gonna assume this is a Mockingbird because this book is called the Southern Gothic Oracle, and it's all about Southern hoodoo voodoo magic, Southern traditions, Southern sayings, Southern things that are unique and well known to the South. And mockingbirds are one of those things. And I don't know what kind of tree this is, and I won't even guess. But this is a deck that I love, and if you had this deck, baby, you'd love it too. Look at the bottle tree. Oh my goodness. Wild violets. I just saw some of these on the side of the road. I ain't gonna even tell y'all what happened to me on the side of the road, but I just saw some of these and I was out on the side of the highway. Gosh, I had some car issues. That's what happened because I know they was sounding a little crazy for a minute. The blessed child. So, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take a little minute to show y'all the cards in this deck and why I love this deck so much. I love it so much. And then at some point, I will show y'all the other two decks in the Southern Gothic Trilogy and those cards. Those are some beautiful, wonderful, lovely decks that I also love too. And this one is still my favorite. And I didn't really go over this cover with y'all, but I love this beautiful purple dress. And let me tell y'all, my mama, she passed in 2012. Her favorite color was purple. And every time I see purple on something that I like and love or want, or in a space where I'm feeling stressed and anxious and unsafe, maybe I know that's my mama. That's my mama saying, girl, this deck was made for you in all of its southern charm, in all of its southern magic. It was made for you. Oh, and another thing I keep forgetting. The deck is by Stacey Williams. Got it? Okay. It's the first in the Southern Gothic trilogy. But let's take a look at these cards. This beautiful imagery on the cards in this deck. The Hurricane Lamp. Y'all know this. This is a kerosene lamp, isn't it? I don't know. It looks like the kerosene lamp. And I just remember storms in Mississippi, when the storms were starting to come in and we would gather the candles and the flashlights and the lamps, y'all. Okay? This is such a huge part of my childhood growing up in the South. Like, oh my goodness. Then we have the altar water. Y'all are calling it Florida water, but Florida water is new to me. Altar water. That's what it is. The Crystal Grotto. Now, when I found this deck in that store, this was the card that I pulled first. This was the first card I pulled, and I read the message in the book. I looked at the card in these beautiful crystals, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this message. I love this deck. I gotta have it. And I got it. It was a few months later on my birthday, but hey, instrument. Okay? I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna look through here. I'm just gonna kinda go through the cards and find my favorite card. I'm just gonna find it because, and then y'all can just, check out these cards, the imagery on these cards as I'm going through. And if you can, pause it if you need to get a better look. Just gonna kind of go through this because I'm looking for my favorite card that I love. Oh, I really like the cowrie shell card. Beautiful. I love that. It's not my favorite though. I'm gonna quickly get to my favorite. Now this I love. This is also a tree that was very much a huge part of my childhood growing up. That is why I love this deck. This deck is so full of nostalgia for me and where I grew up and how I grew up and how I was raised and all of that good stuff. Mason jars. Okay, my granny used to have us pick peaches every summer and she would can them jokers. Okay, figs. Where's my favorite card? Dang, where my girl at? This is my favorite card. This is my favorite card. And I mean, it's not difficult to see why. I love this deck so much, y'all. Anyway, um, yeah, and then there's the dress. Oh, and look what the dress says. I didn't even notice this before. Maybe I did, but then I forgot. But it's so significant to me right now because I'm currently writing a book for my legacy. And society and rules is such a huge theme in my book. And look at this. Ah, full circle moment. Anyway, this is the Southern Gothic Oracle deck. I love this deck so much. These are the cards. This is the book. Okay. And this is the lovely box that it came in. I love this deck a lot, a lot, a lot. And I know you would too. Especially if you're a southern girly like myself, you know, girls raised in the South. Anyway, y'all have a lovely, wonderful day.